Alright, my question of today is, are you worried about the XRP price or even the XLM price? The reason I am asking is because prices fell down like crazy and a lot of people in the comment section went completely berserk saying this is bad, should I sell, should I this, should I that? So today, I want to talk more about the situation and what I would do when prices go down. So hopefully you can teach yourself a thing or two, but keep in mind, this is not financial advice. Having said that, guys, we are still giving away 100 XRP the second time, and all you have to do is make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below. And if we hit 1500 likes, we're giving that away. All right. So let's take a little bit of a deeper look at XRP and what it is doing. We saw the move in July here give us an extended move now to the 4.236 Fibonacci extension level, and we fell back down from there. And now falling back down from there is quite natural, as I think most of you guys would obviously already know if you've ever looked at a chart before. Prices fall back down after they have extended. In this case, they extended all the way to the 4.236 Fibonacci level, which is a pretty big extension even, and thus it is not pretty crazy or not crazy at all for the prices to fall back down. I think more so your worry and your questions should be, where have you fallen down to? Is this okay? Are we going to be falling down lower, or what should I be thinking / doing? And I think that becomes a little bit more apparent on the 1 hour chart. We're going to quickly get rid of this Fibonacci. I think, let me quickly see if we get rid of it here, it's going to be a little bit simpler to watch. I've tried to put in every single number and line you're going to need here. So what we saw was the Fibonacci extension level ended right here, right? Let me quickly put that in. It ended right there. What we saw is our prices falling down. It went sideways for a little bit. We actually thought it might be a descending wedge, which in the end, it kind of looked like it was. But it also could have been a bullish, what is it now, the name? A bullish pennant. It's a difficult word in English, right? I try my best. And apparently, I'm going to say that it's definitely more so that we saw a descending, situation going on here, at least looking at it kind of in hindsight. But in the end, it was not that clear exactly what the chart was doing right there. So I'm just going to count it here as kind of unknown. However, we fell back down a little bit shortly afterwards, and we dipped back here into this zone. All right, and this zone we've talked about a ton of times before, was a very important zone, and I told you guys I am buying back everything below 52 cents and hopefully at about 44 to 45. Now, we just did not hit 44, 45. I was really hoping we would. I had a buy order open just above this support line, which is right at around 47, and I have my stop below 44 here for if we were going to get some crazy move going. I had it below, I think maybe like 42.68 or something like that. And my buy got filled, so I've actually bought some XRP right here at about 47 cents. But it's not really about my buy, but the question is, why did I buy and what was I thinking? Well, my intuition here was we got rejected, so we're going to be correcting. How far are we going to correct? Well, that depends a little bit, and there's no proven science here to show exactly how much. There's a couple of things we could do though. We could, for example, take here the most recent move here on Fibonacci scale and kind of look then. But as you most likely already see here, it's not really going to determine exactly where we fall back down to, as right here, it's kind of in the void where we went, except for that it right now bounced back off the 0.236, but I still don't count or consider that as a perfect move at all. I think it's more so apparent if we take a look at the zones here, which were very important, we discussed earlier. And what we expressed and what we thought was, okay, we're ultimately going to be hitting about 89 to 90 cents, because that's where the nearest zone on the upside is, right around this. I don't have it perfectly anymore, but right around this area, which is the one we're going to be looking out for. We're going to be watching for that. However, since we already got stopped a little bit earlier, and we're going to correct, we're going to first test the zone, right? We breached it though, pretty simply here. And what happens then? Well, you can look at some intermediary supports. However, in this case, it was quite apparent that if we breach, it won't be stuck in any of this middle crap, I want to kind of say, as these are the bigger periods or bigger points of interest. And it did, as we kind of expected, it dipped back down here. Unfortunately, not to 44 cents, 45 cents as I had hoped, just a little bit above that, which in my opinion can indicate that we might get one more dip towards 44 or so cents, a little bit more lower. And it's also going to depend exactly on what the price action is going to be looking like very, very shortly here. As right now, we actually, this is, by the way, a line I put in earlier, which is kind of funny that it's so perfect. We actually got rejected again at this resistance here at about 56 cents or so. This is kind of a newer one. And I'm kind of wondering what the price is going to be doing. Are we going to dip back down into the zone? Or are we going to try test this new zone again to possibly go to the new high of about 78 cents of this year? That's the big question, and that I cannot tell. But what I kept doing here was placing orders where I kind of know it's going to be a long shot to get there. And what I mean with that is I was quite adamant that a move towards this zone was going to be of temporary nature only. And thus, all my buys in this area, let me quickly go ahead and draw that. All my buys in this area, in my opinion, it's just a blue region, by the way, we're all going to be good. Why? Because it was most likely going to be a bounce like this, back to either a resistance or back into the zone. That was my expectation. Now, you can, in my opinion, we could have placed actually all around here, just different buys, different layers, with a stop like somewhere around here. Because if we actually breached through the level, we could have potentially put it all the way down here, but I think that's too much of a risk because that's quite a big drawdown then. If you had about, let's say, 43 cents as a buy-in, to about, what's this now, 39 or something? Let's say you had about here 44 and you had about, let's see here, no, 44 is too much if you're going to put a one at about 39. I don't know exactly where you should be placing your stop loss. It just depends a little bit on how much profit you're willing to take. But let's say, for example, here our buy at about 47 something. On the upside here, it's already about 15% or so. On maximum, about 20% I think we could have taken. But I didn't actually take the 20% perfectly, so that's a little bit of my bad, I guess. But we could have taken another 15% or so upwards, and that's also why I'm actually messing around with a little bit more risk right now, because the moves are a little bit more risque. And I have said to you guys before, maybe look at about a ratio of 3. So, for example, if you're going to take 3% in the minus, then possibly look for 9% in the plus. And if you're going to take 5% in the minus, look for 15% in the plus to make it worth it. And so from that perspective, we could have possibly, I guess, fell back down. How much, guys? If we were to fall back down 15%, 6%, we would have looked for 18% in profit. And let's say we had that exact perfect buy. We could have actually taken 18% profit. So it would have been a successful trade. I can actually put it in here, I think, right, with long. So we would have taken the long in here, taken a, let's see here, I have to see it perfectly, a 6% fall. Potentially 6% and a about 3 ratio, so that would have been right around here. Again, I didn't take this trade personally because I didn't get my buy as low, but this is theoretically speaking what we should have gone for. Again, you buy right here at this area. You can see it at about 45 cents or so. And if we got back up to about 53, you would have had your position being perfectly fine. And if we hit the bottom of the zone, you would have ended your position. But that would also mean that we most likely continue to the downside. So you don't want to be in that trade at that point. Keep in mind, though, that all I'm considering here and all I'm talking about here is short term. And I've told you guys yesterday about my 2 stashes. I have 1 stash of XRP that I am holding on through. I am not touching that. I'm not planning on touching that. And it is just a ride or die, really. Right? That's just my hold stash that I'm going to be holding till I'm very, very old, hopefully. The other stash is not denominated in XRP coins, but denominated in euros. And that is what I trade with every single day and try to make as much money out of. So that is what I try to time these moves with. Because a 20% increase in your money in euros is very, very nice, right? If we can get that in one day. Obviously, it's not going to happen every single day, as you will also lose a couple. I actually had 1 losing trade earlier as well. I don't remember exactly which one it was because it's not on my normal trading account, but I had 1 losing one because I accidentally forgot to delete an order. However, also one thing I noticed is, 2 things. 1, don't buy high, sell low, all right? So there's one thing you can do, which is working with stop losses, which is very, very important, and that will allow you to, I guess, potentially buy high and sell low, but it's different than you just buying here somewhere at the top with no plan and you just selling it here at the bottom, preparing to buy again once we're here. All right. If you're going to go for a strategy where you're just buying and having no plan, you should be either prepared to keep buying down lower to double cost average, right? So you get your average price lower. If you, for example, bought here and here, your average price is right here, which could still be in profit. Or if you bought here and here, your average price would be right around here, so you'd be in just a small little deficit. It's about the idea though. And the second one is that my video of yesterday, or the day before actually, where I said I am buying a ton of XRP, was a miss. A lot of you guys said, yeah, how's your XRP doing now, you moron? Fun story, right? Because we made that video, let me quickly see here, we made that 35 hours ago. So that is about 1 day and 9 hours ago. Right now it is 1 p.m. on the 26th. So that is, how much is that? 1 p.m. the 25th. Yeah, right around there, and a couple hours before that. Let's say right around this area. Right around this area. I don't know exactly. I don't really care. But right around this area is when that video was made. That video, though, I also told you guys, it's not from right now. All right. The video itself is from a little bit earlier, but it got corrupted. So my interview and my content got deleted. However, I told you guys I had a buy order at 59 cents, which got filled. And I think that was most likely somewhere along this move here, where my 59-cent buy order got filled. But I don't know if you guys know anything about math, but let's say we took it to the top, which, no, I don't think that was possible. I think, let's see here, 59 cents is right around there. And we took it to the top that came eventually. That's still a 22.15% profit. Not saying we took that, but that is potentially. So anybody who said, yeah, you're a freaking moron for saying that, well, joke's on you. Another one is, if you had bought anywhere in the next couple of hours after I said, again, this is not financial advice. I'm not trying to make you buy, but just for the people saying I'm a freaking idiot, it's still, theoretically speaking, a 5% profit in just a couple of minutes here, a couple of hours that you could have taken. How many hours is that? Let's quickly see here. About 5 or 6 hours, still 5% profit potentially. So please, consider the bigger picture before you say stuff like that. And also, this is not, I'm not trying to teach you guys this stuff for me, all right? I'm just trying to help you guys out with what I'm thinking, and hopefully you have something with that, and hopefully you can all make some money together here in these charts. As you buying or me buying, it ain't gonna change nothing. Don't act like I want you to buy or something like that. I'm trying to make the prices pump up, because I know very, very well that me just talking to you guys is not gonna pump these prices, and that's not what I'm trying to do either, because even if prices go down, I just get another opportunity to buy more, which I'm pretty excited about. One thing I must add here before people start heavily buying in this zone right now is there are a couple of scary points of the situation, and one of them being we already dipped in the zone here. So if we kept going back into the zone, the higher the chance of something kind of crazy happening, right? You could say the more times we enter here, the less adamant the bears are going to be. That's one point. That's kind of true. However, it is also to a certain degree that the bulls will not be able to keep it up forever. And so the more times we test, potentially the higher the chance of actually falling back down if the top here keeps getting lower. All right, so if right now, for example, let me quickly get rid of this thing. It's very annoying. If, for example, right now we keep looking like this, where it's kind of a downward sloping movement here, from that perspective on forward, you're going to have to see it as something kind of scary, all right? Because this buy is not going to be as valid anymore. However, as of this point, I'm still guessing 44 cents and then back upwards. Since our 59 cents level was broken, that was the next point of interest. So yeah, that was about XRP. Now, XLM briefly here. I think that one is also kind of fun to see exactly what was happening and what was going on. So once more, the bigger picture here is, let's actually get rid of this one for just a split second. The bigger picture here was we already extended pretty damn far throughout the whole previous wave here. We've extended far beyond the 1.618 fib level and most likely found some point here, which we talked about earlier, where we fell back down on. Now the bigger question was, where are we going to fall back down to? Right now we found some support at the 1.272 Fibonacci extension level from the previous move, and I put in here the other fib as well to see if there's any points of interest, and I kind of found it interesting because, well, this is most likely going to become apparent a little bit sooner here. However, for right now, there's not too much, I think, that is, really useful with this one, as we don't hit it anywhere except for this little point. But for the rest, it's just going to be interesting to see if we're going to hit this level and then maybe fall back, or no, sorry guys, kind of rush back to one of these levels on this bigger wave. But in general, I think what did it just do? Let's go forward. There we go. In general, I think this earlier Fibonacci from the previous wave is going to be more interesting, because I now see a more interesting resistance here at about 1.618, and also some free range. Let's actually put in another couple of fib levels, because I cannot say we have free range until I put in a couple more. Let's see here, where's about 2 point something, 2.4, there's about 2 even. So none of these ones are interesting. No, not even the 2.72. All right. I don't normally use these ones too often, but I'm just checking here to see if XLM actually perfectly hit one of them. But no, it did not. So that is 2.272, which is a little bit less strong than 2.618. So I'm going to get rid of that one again. But it was just to give you guys an indication, because we potentially hit there. But no, I still think we have some free range to go for XLM till 27 cents at least. Right now we are at about 16.9, so that's still a very nice amount of profit to be made. And we got some major support here, major support at 12 cents, so that's worst case scenario. And apparently here we also got supported at about 14.5 cents and came back up from there. Most likely going to be retesting this area, but let's quickly check it out on the shorter term. Yeah, still kind of apparent. We most likely just tried here. Let's actually see a little bit closer. I'm checking out the 4-hour move here as well to see if our theory still holds. The weekly is still looking exactly as green as day. I need to get rid of the Fibonacci on the bigger one here, because that's looking very annoying. But yeah, this one is still looking as green as day, still continuing on with the trend. Even if you were to take a trend line from that perspective as well, everything is looking bullish, right? It just looks like we are doing something like this. Are you guys seeing it as well? That's what the move is looking like here, so I'm not really worried about any resistance we are encompassing right now or witnessing. Let me try to put that a little bit better. This is a little bit about what we're seeing right now. Right? This is what it kind of looks like. Maybe a little bit of a lesser sloped one. You can do whatever you want. It's about the bigger picture in that, though. Daily kind of looks like we came back down, which is a healthy correction, though, after a nice little shooting candle. At least that's what I like to call it here on the daily, at least. And on the 4-hour, once more, it kind of looks like the same on the 1 hour, where we came most likely to an earlier resistance. I actually have not had that plotted in, but we could check that out on the longer term charts. It's most likely going to be resistance from 2018, though, as we've not seen all this in a very long while. So let's quickly check here. We had one right around this area. By the way, look here while I'm doing this, all right? One here around this area, which I'm going to just quickly put in. Let me go like that. We got a cool little zone right here at this area, but that is not relevant either. One that's apparent is right here, right around there. By the way, I am looking here. You guys should be looking here. All right, so right around this area, and we got some more interesting price action going on. I want to actually put in a, wait, let me quickly delete this one and delete that one. Let me do it on the drawings and symbol. Not symbol then. What happened? No, did I delete everything now? Okay, I might have goofed up here. No, I didn't goof up. Okay, perfect. All right, let me quickly go back in. Trying to put these lines in. I hope that they can span on all of them. No. Okay, that's annoying. What if I do drawings? It should be in all of them now, right? Okay, what if I draw? Oh, this is of course I'm dumb. This is of course the past, so you're not going to see it in this small short-term trend. If I draw, let me see if the line is going to be in there though. Did I already test that? Let me quickly see. Alt-H. It's not working. Okay, so now the line is also not getting in there. That's pretty annoying. Okay, so I have to kind of figure out exactly how that one is moving. I think I have it in here though, where it's there's a way to put that these charts are independent. Sync to all charts. It has to be yes. Sync to all. Okay, let's try it again. Sorry for the taking your time here a little bit. Let's put this one in right here. Right around here's an interesting one. It's not putting on the 1 hour, but okay, let's go for the 4 hour then. Here an interesting one. Here an interesting one. And right here, let's see if I can draw it perfectly. right here is an interesting one. Here, another one. Okay, so that is our most interesting. Here's another one. I'm just actually drawing this for laughs and giggles here to see if anything lines up. This is no heavier thought or anything like that. It's just showing some previous resistances and kind of plotting that right now with no perfect zones, no perfect measurement. And the one that is kind of interesting then, I guess, is this one right here. Let's take a little bit of a look back here, what we saw back then. I should be looking at that on the daily. So that was all the way here from around September of 2018. That is a long time ago, guys. It's also kind of crazy, though, in my opinion, how time is flying already. I mean, this doesn't feel like 2.5 years ago already, but it's kind of getting there. You know, the September of 2018 being almost 2.5 years ago. It's kind of getting crazy. But yeah, that is what is holding us back right now. We've already breached quite a lot of cool levels in here, though, if you look at it from the bigger picture. We already breached a lot of the cooler levels from back then, and I'm still thinking none of this is going to be hard to engulf in the near future, but we just got a healthy correction, and we got to respect that. But right, for XRP, I'm still going to be looking for some good opportunities to be trading. Still looking at 89 cents for XRP in the medium term here. I still think that's going to be hit, and I still think we can make 100% profit on the very short term, but that's just my opinion, not financial advice.